to some more news that we're tracking at this point in time. There is a huge outrage over an Instagram account allegedly sharing photographs of women commuters on Bengaluru Metro. Now, an FIR has been registered against unknown people after a social media account was found to be sharing photographs of women commuters on Bengaluru's metro rail system without their consent. The page, operating under the handle Bangalore Metro Clicks and also with the handle Metro Chicks, had over 5,000 followers before coming under scrutiny. Now, after the Instagram account's activities came to light, all pictures of these women have been deleted from the handle. The police have said that there is no indication that the women featured in the photos on the account were aware or that any permission was taken from them. Well, this is the latest that's coming in. We have the reaction. One reaction coming in from the police also, Deputy Commissioner of Police South, Lokesh B. Jagalisar. Let's listen into that first.
With respect to a certain Instagram page which has uploaded videos and photos of women travelers using Bangalore Metro without their knowledge and consent, case of voyeurism and Information Technology Act has been booked in Panchanakere Police Station. Following which investigation is underway to trace the accused, the page handler, as well as the person who may have shot the video. Very soon some progress will be seen, and City Police will leave no stone unturned to trace the accused and creating a safer environment for women citizens.
All right, my colleague Deepak Bopana is also now joining us on the broadcast. He's been tracking the developments in this case. Deepak, what more do we know? Has the police been able to identify those people who've been running this account?
Well, the police have written to Meta and other social media platforms where they found evidence of, these pictures being put out. And based on the information that these platforms give the police, they will try and trace who this individual is. They're, of course, also here bringing in their cyber teams to help, because there is, of course, a particular IP addresses through which photos and videos are uploaded. So using that technology as well, the police will try to ascertain which location were these pictures shared from. If you look at the content that was really shared. Now, of course, all the pictures have been deleted from that particular page, but most of the photos and videos were from the Bengaluru Metro. This individual seems to have captured them while he was boarding the train, while inside the train, getting off, and they're obscene pictures. And clearly, in most of the cases, that there is no consent taken from the people, and that's where the police believe that this was a fit case for an FIR to be registered. And as of now, the FIR is on an unknown individual. As soon as the police find out who this individual was, they'll try to ascertain why he was doing this, if he has done similar things in the past, if he has other accounts, if this was being shared on other social media platforms, or was it just Instagram.
All right. Thank you so much, Deepak, for getting us all those details there. The investigation is underway in this case, we understand, and more details are awaited. N.S. Napinay, founder of Cyber Sathi and senior advocate of the Supreme Court, also joins us on the broadcast here. Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking to NDTV. What's your first reaction? What's really shocking here is that I must point out that now, of course, the photos have been deleted after the page came under scrutiny. But before that, there were about 5,000 people who were following this account and looking at those photos that were shared on that account. Those photos, of course, were taken inside the metro without any consent of those women. They were perhaps not even aware. That is what the police has also said. What do you say, ma'am?
See, convenience is always one of the strongest enemies of privacy. The day they put mobile cameras on mobile phones, you already knew that your privacy was at stake. And that women are an easy target, they are soft targets, again, is a given. I think now it's really critical for public to know that such acts are criminal, they can be prosecuted and punished. And this case, I hope, will bring more clarity to this, and this is not the first of its kind. We have already seen people attempting to put women's photographs up for auctions, and now here is a situation where you're offering something as a voyeuristic process. So we have seen these kind of cases happen physically to each one of us. as individuals. I've seen it as a lawyer and as a cyber sati. So it's really worrisome that most people lose their moral compass when it comes to digital spaces.
Should there be a law to take care of this, to take care of such crimes? Is there any law in place to take care of such things?
Absolutely. So let's not be deluded into thinking that these are new age crimes and therefore laws still have to evolve. When you come after women, when you're, committing violations against women, be rest assured that you will find a remedy. You will be punished under some section or the other. There are sufficient provisions under existing laws which protect us against such actions. The issue, however, is should we have a specific law with respect to what is the kind of photography that should be permitted or not on in public spaces. I'll just give you one quick feedback in terms of how the law functions. To put it very clearly, the minute you use the word voyeurism and public space, then you will not be able to apply the law that is specifically there for voyeurism. Because that very specifically talks about voyeurism in a space which is private, where a woman will have that reasonable expectation of privacy, etc. But that's not where the law stops. It talks about sexual harassment in public places. It talks about, very simply, there is one capture-all provision which was part of BNS also now, which is for outraging modesty of a woman or harming, intruding on her privacy. And therefore it becomes a criminal offense. When you take photographs without the consent of women and then you upload it in a very sexually explicit form on a platform, then you already know that you are violating something. You may not know the specific sections, but you already know that you are violating the law.
Absolutely. Taking somebody's pictures, a woman's pictures, without her consent, without her being aware of what is happening, and even posting it online, that is certainly a crime. And those who've been doing it, they've been doing it secretly for a reason, of course, because they know that it's not justified or something that actually is unlawful. Well, this is of course about the safety of women. Are women actually not safe in Silicon Valley also, in Bengaluru also, in public transport as they are traveling? This is the big question that arises, of course, here. And what's, of course, that we've been mentioning here has been shocking is that more than 50,000, at least, I beg your pardon, more than 5,000 people were following this account. Ma'am, so what happens now? We understand the police is contacting Meta, and after which they'll be able to identify those who've been operating this account, and then only action will be taken?
Yes. Yeah, the good thing about digital spaces is there is always a trail, and it can be tracked backwards to the person who set up the account, who uploaded the photographs, and every single user who came to view those photographs can also be tracked. So I would think that investigation should lead to the perpetrator pretty quickly, and this case is likely to be sustained in terms of, like I mentioned, some of the provisions at least, and should have a speedy closure so that it can become a precedent for people to follow, to understand what is permissible or impermissible.
Absolutely, yes. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking to NDTV and, shedding light on this important issue and how the laws are applicable in this case. And we understand this is not a single incident that has come to light. There have been incidents in the past also. But yes, stricter actions need to be taken. And as Ms. Napinai has also been informing that there are laws in place. But yes, specific laws also need to come into place in order to tackle such crimes. All right.